You know when you could wear a crazy shirt like this? When you go 5 for 5 on your pay-per-view picks. Folks, UFC 303 was a lot of fun. I watched it over at UFC Gym Rosemead, and Poatan is the best striker that the light heavyweight division's ever seen. I mean, this is like Anthony Joshua's telling him to come box type level power he's hitting these guys with. And how quick was that fucking switch kick? He's incredible. And he's always, in all of these fights against these strikers, against these guys who can't really reliably take him down, he has just been free money. And let me tell you what, I had a good weekend. Okay, I had the July 4th weekend. I hope you guys had fun as well. Let's go through it. I mean, really quick for the folks. I got my picks right now for Thug Rose versus Tracy Cortez. I'm going to run through all of my picks, my 5 locks. Now, I know some people say, Mike, why do you say lock? All right, my 5 favorite picks on this card are Thug Rose. Thug Rose should be beating a shelved Tracy Cortez. I got Thug Rose. Ponzinibbio. I think that Ponzi is a lot more in his prime than Muslim Salikhov. Gabriel Bonfim. Quit writing Bonfim off. I know you like Ange Loosa, but he's not that level yet. Bonfim's a better martial artist on the feet or on the ground. Joshua Van. Joshua Van's going to be in a striking fight, and he's a better striker. He might finish Charles Johnson. And then my 5th one's going to be Ange Petroski. Now, I know you're like, dude, he knocked himself out in his last fight. Why are you picking Ange Petroski? It's because against Josh Fremd, this is a great bounce back fight for him. I think Josh Fremd can't reliably do anything to him. He can't really, is he better at jiu-jitsu? No. Is he stronger? Definitely not. So I think there's an explosiveness problem here. I think he's going to run into issues. It's nice when you could pick Josh Fremd when you know he could just catch you in a guillotine. Cedric Dumas, right? Picked him there. But against Petroski, I think he'll have trouble. Give me Petroski. So my picks are Petroski, Joshua Van, Gabriel Bonfim, Santiago Ponzinibbio, and Thug Rose Namajunas. And I run Rosemead UFC Gym. So we're Thug Rose out there too. I got the Thug Rose poster right in front of my desk. What's up, guys? Ain't no way this man is missing Lock of the Nights with this shirt on. You guys like it? I thought you would enjoy it, After you just consistently go 4 for 5 and then just like sweep a pay-per-view, you make money betting. This is not, you got to turn up a little bit. So I went with the crazy shirt. I got other ones. Cool shirt, looking sharp. Thank you, Roth. Tyson, what's up, cuz? Van versus Joshua is 10 times better matchup for Van than Tagir. Yeah, Tagir was a much more dynamic fight. Tagir's a problem with the grappling as to where Charles Johnson is pretty much takedown defense and kickbox, and he's just been a decision machine. I mean, in the UFC, he's like 50-50 on decisions, split decisions. I mean, you look at Van puts people out. I think he's a better striker. I like that pick a lot. By the way, didn't look at one set of odds. I don't care what the odds are, okay? It's bad for you. I see comments on the video. He picks favorite. I'm giving you my 5 most confident picks. That's it. Didn't look at the odds. I have no idea the odds between Van and Charles Johnson. Could be close, could be not. Doesn't really matter because the best way to pick fights for me is to assess them without the bias of what Las Vegas thinks. Tell us which ones you're pairing up for parlays. Jerry, I'm going to figure out how I should start posting bets because I've had some fantastic weekends all summer and I might as well share this joy with everyone. So I'm trying to figure out how to post picks, excuse me. I already posted my picks. How to post bets. I don't know. Unless I don't want you betting. Should you be betting, Jerry? All right. Do you have the bills paid? Is everything squared away? Is this a problem for you, Jerry? Because then, bet $5. Somebody commented on the last one, they put $6 down and won 500-600 or whatever. That's incredible. That's fantastic. Try to do that. But don't be putting more than you can lose. You guys are scaring me. You the man, Finch. Thank you, Jerry. Thug Rose, Rosemead. That's right, Andrew. Come see Andrew Posada and I over at UFC Gym Rosemead, right outside of Los Angeles. If you want a training session with me, you can get one. If you want to work out in a real cage and get some real sparring in, you could do that at UFC Gym Rosemead. We get D-Rod in to come do some pads. We got his coach Manny, who we've worked with in the past over at UFC Gym Rosemead. Cool spot to be. 13-0 Muay Thai champ D'Angelo Gianni is over there. So come work out with us. All right. You guys ready to talk this card? Let's go into depth. Really, really quick, though. UFC 303, Alex Pereira, fantastic. The switch kick was so quick. People were like, oh, it's too quick for him. He's a kickboxer. He likes to turn around quick. He's used to that. Look at his kickboxing experience. He goes out there, he hurts him, right? Next round comes, he's ready to trick him right away. He makes him, think something's coming low and boom, puts a switch kick upstairs. You're looking at an expert killer. This is what he does. Beautiful KO for Alex Pereira. Ian Gary, you might not have liked the fight, but you should have known. Joe Pyfer, big power, big performance for Joe Pyfer. Bounced back nicely. And then Andre Fili definitely won that fight. I don't know what some folks are talking about. Respect to Cub Swanson to make it a good fight, though. Cub Swanson's such a veteran, such a great striker, and you could see his experience every time he fights. Nothing but love for Cub Swanson. And then the easiest fight to predict all year, Peyton Talbot by knockout. That was quick, and that was the one where I never say props. Peyton Talbot by knockout was the move. Okay, no props this week. First one, Andre Petroski, Josh Fremd. Petroski is so much stronger that I think Josh is going to have trouble doing anything with his jiu-jitsu. The striking should be similar. I mean, are we really going to bet on Josh Fremd over Andre Petroski? Now, I recognize that Andre Petroski just ran into a hip and got KO'd from someone's waistline. But Malhoun is, a beast. Malhoun is made out of titanium. And although it was a freak accident, I'm not going to judge him, I'm not going to judge him based off of something that almost never happens. So, there was a time where, who's the Nate Diaz fighter? He head and arm choked. He subbed. Missing the name. There was a time when this guy was a real prospect. Everybody was picking him, over Gerald Mearshart and et cetera. So I'm not completely off. And I do think he can get on top in this fight and also make the striking close with Josh Fremd. An interesting one. Not my favorite bet on the card, but I like Petroski. Hope you're well too, Instinct. So we're going to go with Andre Petroski. Joshua Van over Charles Johnson. I kind of broke this one down. Charles Johnson's good at beating grapplers who aren't great at wrestling. And that is not Joshua Van. Joshua Van's explosive. Joshua Van's more of a finisher, especially now. I know, Charles Johnson once upon a time used to get finishes, but this ain't LFA. And I think that he's going to get cracked by Joshua Van, and he might turn into the grappler. I think Joshua Van could potentially win by knockout. So we're going Joshua Van, fairly heavy. Gabriel Bonfim, another guy who, he gets beat by Dalby, and then what are you guys going to pick Ange Loosa over him? These are bounce back fights for Petroski and for Bonfim. Bonfim should get a finish here. I mean, Bonfim, let's say like a choke. Bonfim is a phenom, man. Bonfim's really good. I think Gabriel Bonfim bounces back. I was thinking about giving you guys Gene Silva, but kind of short notice. Drew Dober's kind of durable. Interesting. Ponzinibbio over Muslim Salikhov. Muslim Salikhov is 40, and you can tell Ponzinibbio's much closer to his prime. Ponzinibbio's, I understand the he could be chinny thing. Sure. But against 40-year-old Muslim Salikhov, I'm thinking we're going to give him a shot. I'm thinking he's going to probably support a parlay for me. So we're going to go Ponzinibbio over Muslim Salikhov. Money line, whatever that looks like, though. Again, it's Monday, guys. Can I make my bets later? Okay. Thug fucking Rose Namajunas over Tracy Cortez. Tracy Cortez has collected. She's been on the shelf that long. She has not fought. And then you're going to put her in the biggest fight by far of her career after Rose is now in season. I thought Rose looked good. She could kickbox from range. I mean, it was a little competitive, I guess. But Thug Rose looked good to me. I know some people criticized her striking. No, this is her second fight in 2024 now. She's rolling. I like it. I think she's going to look good. I think she's going to let her strikes go nicely. I think she'll defend takedowns. If she does get taken down, she probably bounces back up to her feet. This is a woman who's competed at the highest levels of the division. Remember the Wei Li knockout. Remember the Luana fight. I mean, remember her performances that she's put on. I still think she's capable of those. I'm still going to go Thug Rose Namajunas. And I'm glad we have some fights this weekend because all we had was Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal, which was close. But you know what my problem was? I had just watched Canelo's last fight, and I was switching over to then watch Nate Diaz, and the danger's not quite there. Nate's got that style where he's just, smacking you up, peppering you. But how many of like Anderson Silva versus Chael Sonnen boxing match type do we need? Like, you saw that one? You know what I mean by that? Those guys were sparring at best. There are some highlights of Chael Sonnen versus Anderson Silva that look like the kids class sparring I just witnessed at UFC gym. You know what I'm saying? These guys were not gunning for the KO. Was there no knockout bonus? Were they paid flat rates? Probably, right? They weren't really trying to, grudge match it in boxing. So I want to see these guys, go for it. And Nate versus Masvidal, they did. I mean, I can give him that much respect. I'm not saying that. But Jorge needed to come out a little more explosive. Jorge came out kind of slow. Jorge came out like he was the guy who was going to turn it up in the later rounds. It's like, know your role, dude. No, he's the flying knee knockout overhand Darren Till. Like, that's what you better come out banging with. You're going to you're going to run with Nate Diaz, then he's going to win a decision. Tannis, thank you so much. I'm giving that a heart. $2. Finch, you're the man. Shout out to you and AJ. Thank you so much, Tannis. Tannis, do you mind? All right. You put the comment up there. The word your shows ownership. You want YOU''RE. Some people are like, I'm clicking out. Mike, shut the fuck. Mike, we don't want grammar. Listen, kids, it's important. Okay? Because when you're texting that job interviewer back, you're going to use the right your. You are YOU''RE. I got you, Tannis. Thank you for the $2. He's like, can I get my $2 back now? Fuck Mike Finch. All right. Blackshear's going to pull a decision. Look, I'll talk about the other fights when that comes up, okay? Some point this week, I'm going to jump on with AJ DeVito, and we're going to do our usual show, Moneyline. Because what he's been doing is traveling around. My man for July 4th went crazy. I don't know where he is on that coast, but it ain't south. He ain't in Florida no more. As for me, Huntington Beach is a great spot for July 4th. I walk to the beach. This is like Donald Trump land around here. This is the only red spot in the bluest state in the union. So the fireworks are fucking insane. Nobody cares about the law. They're shooting fireworks off of their roofs, in the intersection out here. I got some fireworks right there. I don't know if they're legal. Huntington Beach gets down. You want to go somewhere for the 4th of July, California? Huntington Beach is crazy, but 2 people got stabbed and shit. I mean, I don't know. These out-of-towners are wild, so careful. Finch, you're the man. I'm heading to Huntington Beach end of July. Where do you train? Come see me at UFC Gym Rosemead. Now, in the mornings, I go take Kolabate's class at Art of Jiu-Jitsu. I just trained with him this morning. You could probably see the lines on my face from Ezra God, Godde. Is that too much credit? Ezra for smushing me today. He's the best purple belt in the world. Ezra is the man. He's competed at the black belt level at ADCC. So shout out to him. And sorry I didn't make late night training today. My guy T canceled, Ezra. But Ezra smushed my face today, so that was a wonderful way to start the day. Besides that, feeling good. I train at Art of Jiu-Jitsu. I train at UFC Gym Rosemead. You'll see me, when I can go to Ruka King's MMA. I've trained. Huntington Beach is a great place to practice martial arts because everybody's brought the best martial artists from around the world here. So one of the reasons I moved from Chicago was this. All right, cool, Voken. DM me, dude. Mike Finch MMA on Instagram is probably your best bet. What's my favorite sub, Finch? I go to Subway. I get a 6-inch Italian urban cheese, roast beef, American cheese. My grandpa always talking shit, saying it's fake cheese. I don't care. I'm getting American cheese. And then I go lots of lettuce, lots of pickle, mayo, vinegar and oil, the seasonings, salt, pepper, oregano, Parmesan, and then I dip it in Chipotle. That's my favorite sub. Mike, what's your thoughts on Giga Chikadze? Sorry if my grammar is messed up. Now people are scared. I got them scared to post. I've grappled with Giga Chikadze, and thank God I've never sparred Giga Chikadze, but he's come over and taught me his Giga kick. I do think I have a clip of it on YouTube if you guys scroll down. A real gentleman, an incredible striker. He's knocked people out in sparring. So he's just one of those guys where it's on or off, They used to put ads in the newspaper. Come spar Mike Tyson. This 15-year-old kid. Why do you think they had to put ads out? Don't you think there were a lot of people who wanted to spar Mike Tyson? You don't think that he would have a lot of people who know who he is, his amateur champion, come and spar him? No, it's because they don't spar. There is no, you're going to get knocked out, Like, they're either like just moving with each other, which is different. Or, if you want to spar Giga, you better be ready to get kneed in the face. And so I'm grateful I have not experienced that. Mike, who you got? Michelle Pahea, or Fluffy? Let me, I'll do my other picks later. I looked through this card, gave you my 5 locks. Guys, come see me on Moneyline. All right? All right. Am I getting the fuck out of here? What else do you guys need from me? You're all good? Look, we got a couple of fight nights to get through here. All right? But then UFC 304 will be lit at the end of the month. This is going to be a decent action card. I mean, Drew Dober and Gene Silva is going to be war. Charles Johnson, Joshua Vance. Some of these are dope. Some of these fights will be really good. So even though the name value is not great, we'll be all right. You personally have Michelle sub. All right. 9 sparring Giga. I need my liver, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Giga's not playing, but he actually showed me at UFC Gym Huntington Beach that kick on the bag, and He sets up a chair for the Giga liver kick. He'll put a chair up in front of like a tie bag, and he'll teach you to get over the chair. So you're turning your hip over, turning your hips into it. And there's a certain thud he gets when he turns his hips over and slams his leg into the bag that is abnormal. You see it from Alex Pereira when he slams a kick in there. You see it from certain guys. Giga's got it. And that's a real weapon. So luckily we've only done jiu-jitsu. That's a lot. That's a much better place to face off with Giga Chikadze. Thank you guys for tuning in like it's TV. I don't know. Thank you for hanging out. I know I wasn't here last week, but there were no fist fights. So I'll keep giving you guys every single Monday the fist fights, and I hope we sweep again. Till next time, folks. Peace and love.